game. So if you do too, these are the reviews for you. On Beginner Game Reviews, our goal is to figure out how beginner-friendly a game is. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you, and I'm super, super excited to start this Beginner Game Reviews for Boyfriend Dungeon. First, let me tell you what we're all about, and that is reviewing games for beginner friendliness. So if you're a beginner gamer like moi, then you might be interested in, hey, can I play this game? Is it gonna be really hard for me? So these are the reviews for you. Let's get into Boyfriend Dungeon. Here is my first thing that I wanna say. There is a disclaimer at the beginning of the game talking about the fact that, hey, this game references stalking and unkind and unwanted behavior. So if that's not kosher for you, you might not want to play. The main game may include references to unwanted advances, stalking, and other forms of emotional and manipulation. Play with care. All right, my name is it gonna be light or MX, fam? Nice content warning, right? Basically, there is a character in the game who continues to give unwanted advances even though you say no. The reason I think this character is really important to have is that he serves as an anti-Edward Cullen example. He is a white rich kid who has really weird eugenics leanings, not a fan of him at all, but the main thing that he does is he does not take no for an answer. And if you ever read Twilight, that apparently was super kosher and a normal thing. We don't think it's super kosher. It's not a normal thing. I don't think the game endorses it. In fact, everybody in the game is like, hey, does that make you uncomfortable? Because do you need to talk to somebody? Like, other characters in the game are super supportive and kind to you, thinking about your interaction with him. So it's very clear that they do not endorse stalkerish behavior. But if that makes you uncomfy, your feelings are super, super valid. You might not want to play this game. This game sometimes sends you supportive text messages from a character named Mom. Is that okay? If you answer no, we will disable these messages. I don't know. I have a very complicated relationship with my mom. Do I want to keep this on? I love that this is an option. Can we talk about the fact that this is an option? Let's try no. More inclusive. Yeah, I'm gonna do no. Wow, these graphics are gorge! Number one, ease of starting. It was pretty easy to get into. Honestly, the hardest part here is figuring out that you have to keep going back to the dungeon. You do all the stuff that they walk you through, and then apparently you gotta go to the dungeon. So of course that is what I would do. However, it definitely took me a minute to get a hang of oh, when things stop, I gotta go to the dungeon and level up, and that makes the story continue going. You also pick your partner, you pick your pronouns, which is super, super cool. I loved all of that. You then you get to play the game however you decide. Pretty much you can date any of the characters that are, obviously dateable. There are some NPCs that are mainly your cousin, I guess. He's kind of an NPC. Yeah.
Mom said you'd grown up, but I had no idea. You're so much taller.
I would hope I've grown up in 10 years.
Sorry, I just remember you as a little kid. I was in college, and you were in the 5th grade or something.
I'm really loving that there's
California.
voice acting here.
Come on, I'll show you your room for the summer.
Oh, I'm here for the summer. Is it a dungeon? Leads you upstairs. Cool, cool, cool. Can stay here till my lease runs out in September. I moved out to live with my partner last month, so you get free rent. Ooh. Plus, we'll have the whole summer to solve your little... What problem? Your mom said you haven't gone on a date, not in your whole life. Why is this a problem? Not a big deal, but I'll do what I can to help you. It'll be a summer of love. We're gonna date so many girls and boys. The new fitness fad in Verona, perfect for meeting people and facing your fears. You have to have an open mind though, you ready? What is the new fitness fad? I am terrified. It's soup! It's dungeons. It's not soup. Not sex dungeons. Oh, darn. Though I guess there's some parallels. Never mind, don't think about that. Excuse me. I'm definitely thinking about that. Excuse me. Wait, I wanted to ask. Can you turn into a weapon? I can try. Squeeze your eyes shut and imagine turning into a sword, long and sharp. Open your eyes to see if it worked. Nope, your hands are still there. Same old you. Don't look sad. You can't do it, right? Me neither. Guess it doesn't run in the family. Transforming big in Verona Beach. Around here, people are also, like us, are called wielders. At least around the weapon folks. You'll do great. Okay, so I'm finding out that the boyfriends in this dungeon can be wielded as weapons, and I'm excited. So getting into it, super easy, basic controls, but I'm a doofus, so I don't have a PC controller available to me. And because of that, I only could play on my keyboard, and I still managed. This brings me into point 2. The controls are still super easy and, navigatable. Do I need, yeah, WSD, okay. In a row, let us do a combo together. Try light attack, then heavy attack really fast. Whoa! Cool! Oh, space is dodge. Wow, this is really easy. These are like the best controls ever, fam. Really cool. When I stopped playing and came back for round 2, I remembered how to play everything, and it does constantly remind you, like, hey, press F right now if you'd like to replenish your health, which is super helpful to peeps like me because I will not remember what button replenishes my health, and I will die because of that. Did I die a lot? Yes. Did I have to, like, come back and do the same levels over and over? Yes. Was it still interesting? Yes. Because the levels every time are like kind of slightly just a smidge different, or you can go through them differently and discover like new areas and stuff, it is pretty fun to just like play it and have a good time running around and discovering what things are. So I actually give this ease of control a total 5 out of 5. Not that I normally rate that, but I'm telling you, that's what I think. The hardest part with control ease is that sometimes you dodge enemies, but you can dodge into their attacks. This is a pain in the butt. This is how I lost a ton of health. But what are you gonna do? I should be better about dodging things. Maybe one day I'll learn, but then I won't be able to make these reviews, so maybe one day I won't. Story comprehension. This story is super easy to comprehend. You gotta date things, and they become swords. Duh, obviously. There is a story again that progresses based on you continuing to play all of the, just play through and figure out who you want to date. And you can have the story continue progressing if all the people you meet in the first bit that your cousin Jessie introduces you to, if all of those peeps are not your style, then you can basically ask to be introduced to more peeps, and then you can try out those. Find a long, thin blade. The hilt fits nicely in your grip. A man's voice vibrates from the metal and up through your hand, making you jump.
Must be Jesse's friend. Hi, I'm Isaac.
Oh my, Isaac. What a way to meet. Whew.
But I'm indeed in a stock at times. Forgive me for remaining in this form for now. It takes some effort to change shape, and I'd rather focus on the lesson at hand.
You could focus on the lesson in my hand. If you would like that, consensually. Yes. Yeah.
Your hand on my hilt is as good a handshake as any, after all.
I'll put my hand on your hilt.
A dungeon is a place you can confront your insecurities.
Oh no, I don't want to confront mine. I've been
Here, your own
shoving them down so
psychology will create
successfully.
monsters to fight.
I'm not afraid.
Everyone's afraid of something. Let's go ahead and look around. Let's see if we can find any monsters.
I am obsessed. Ooh, is it another sword? The hilt is cool, almost cold to the touch, but quickly warms in your hand. Ooh, the blade begins to transform. Oh my god, it's hot! Ah!
Whoa. Well, hello, you two. Name's Sunder. Maybe together we can figure out how I got down here.
Is there anywhere else you'd like to go down?
I mean, who would leave
Why
me
is he
here
taking
not
off his
keeping
shirt? part.
Their embrace.
But I really settled on Valeria. I thought she was really neat. And I hung out with her and did kind of most of my playthrough with her. And I really enjoyed it. I think her specials are really cool in the dungeon too. I don't want to give them away, but check her out. She has a really interesting backstory. And I took the route of like, hey, I don't agree with her backstory, but I still think it's fun and interesting, and like, hey, before you date me, I mean, as long as you don't do this while you date me, what does it matter? Your past is your past. But that's my philosophy, and I think it's really cool that this game even like lets you explore that. Fam, why you gotta be so hot? Ah! She's an artiste. That's better. She stops and gives you a piercing look up and down. Hey, wow, I really didn't get a proper look at you in the dungeon. You're cute. Get to know me then. You feel a little breathless at your own daring, but Valeria's eyes warm a little. I suppose that's why I came to Verona Beach. New start, new friends. Eee! Are we gonna end up with her? Because I'm down for that. Would you like to offer a gift? Yeah, well, maybe she wants you want pizza? That's thoughtful of you. That's very thoughtful of you. Thanks so much. One last weary look, she's all away through the park. She stole my pizza and just left! Who just does that? Who just takes people's pizzas and walks away? Like some pizza taker. I'll let you know when I can think of a date we can go on. Let's go to the dungeon in the meantime. She invited me to use her in the dungeon. It really makes you question and think about how you romantically feel about things, which is another reason why I thought the Eric character was cool, because they clearly indicate that he's the kind of the villain. He's not a good guy in the story. It's a really great kind of marker and throw out of a red flag to people who might not be familiar with these kind of behaviors, or again, they've been glorified in the media, so maybe think that they're okay. So I thought the story was great. Again, it's not like super in depth, but the parts of it that you get to witness are really cute and neat, and I'm really excited that I got to play through it. All right, aesthetics. It is so pretty. Okay, at this point, we're definitely gonna insert footage of me totally swooning over this guy's abs. I can't remember his name. I do remember his abs. They were lovely. So yeah. The audacity to just look like that and then take clothes off? Kate Spade, save me. I don't know if that's his sister, but I'm into both of them, so this is... I would like to confirm to my community that I am indeed bisexual/pansexual, and I have no doubt about it. And this game, if I hadn't been out, this game would be the reason I'd be out now. Or the person you're gonna have a three-way with is hot. That's true. I have to ask you all a favor. Are you ready? Don't tell husbando. Do not tell executive producer that I'm thirsting over these gentlemen. He's still my number one, okay? I just want to make sure he knows, in case he is watching. Time commitment needed to play the game. Well, I played through, I think, most of the game in the 4 hours that I played it. So it's an indie game. It wasn't expensive. It was $20 when I bought it. So I don't think they expect you to like play it for too many hours. I played it for 4 hours. There is definitely more gameplay to be had. I'm not saying that this game is only 4 hours, but I am saying it's pretty easy to get into because of that time commitment that it requires. And our last quality is how easy is it to get a friend into it. If they are comfy with, give them the disclaimer like, hey, there's a character that's stalkerish. If that, triggers them, if that gives them some kind of flashbacks and makes them uncomfy, definitely don't make them play that, But if your friend's like, yeah, I'm into this like romantic silliness, then go for it, run with it. And I guarantee you'll have a really fun time. As long as you're into, suspending your disbelief a little bit and being like, yeah, boyfriends totally turn into swords and whatnot. Anyway, what did you think about Boyfriend Dungeon? Did you play it? Are you going to play it? Are you going to play it based on this review, or you're not going to play it based on this review? I want to know all those things, so leave that in the comments. Be sure to subscribe, and I will see you next time on The Muppet Show. I mean, on Beginner Game Reviews. I do have to figure out what game we're playing next. I honestly don't know. We're going to find out. But you gotta subscribe to find out. If you feel like the world is dark and nobody can give you the love and the care that you need, go out there and be that light to others. Have a wonderful night. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye, 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 bye. Love you. See you soon.